Nice. Nice.
I feel we're being outcoached by their assistant coaches.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
I'm not
so.
going to argue that.
Tim Duncan taking a shot at the assistant coaches, talking with Joe Prunty, the assistant coach on the Maverick staff, former assistant with San Antonio. We'd like to thank all the guys who wore the wireless microphones tonight, players and coaches, providing us with that kind of sound.
I'm glad people are getting to hear Tim Duncan's sense of humor. He is a very funny man. You hear him giving the jabs to his old assistant in San Antonio, and obviously having a lot of fun out here tonight.
Tracy McGrady at the line. As I mentioned, 1 of 6 from the foul line. He has not been able to recapture the touch that we saw earlier in the game.
He is 3 of 8 from the three-point line. The rest of his teammates are 0 for 15.
James changed his mind, finding Ben Wallace, and he's pushed by Dirk Nowitzki. And that puts the West over the foul limit. And Ben Wallace will go to the line where he has shot 45% during the regular season. Now look at the high point men. Tracy McGrady with 31. Then with the air ball in his first attempt. Tim Duncan with 15. LeBron James led the way for the East, 27 points, 11 of 19 from the field. Strong game for Dwayne Wade, 8 of 10, 18 points. And how about Chauncey Billups, 15 points, 7 assists in 16 minutes. And he and his Piston teammates sparked the East in this come-from-behind effort. They were down by as many as 21, and now McGrady knocks down a 3, and you never know if McGrady is able to catch fire, and we have all seen that on a number of occasions. 117-111. The East with the 6-point advantage. Iverson. Here comes Nash. Nowitzki. Double teamed and fouled by Wallace. So the East also over the foul limit.
Well, you start thinking about MVP at this stage of the game, and you've got to think that if the West can somehow pull out this comeback victory, Tracy McGrady, the obvious choice. On the East side, certainly looks like LeBron James would be your favorite if they hang on to win.
Remember now the All-Star record is, what, 42 points. Tracy McGrady with 34. Still 2.5 minutes to go in this game. That's still plenty of time for him to get into the 40s, and especially if the game could go into overtime, we might see a record here in front of his home crowd.
Well, Marv and I were here the night that he scored 13 in about 34 seconds in this building against San Antonio. So we know he can do it in a hurry.
Good job by Brand getting to that rebound, but not able to hit on the jumper. The last time a player from a losing squad won the MVP as LeBron James, with a spectacular move, was able to hang and twist his way to the rim.
That was shocking.
That was the best move of the game.
Here's the alley-oop. And Tracy McGrady now with 36 points. It's a 5-point East lead. The last time that a player on a losing team in the All-Star game took the MVP award, 1990, was Magic Johnson. Won MVP honors. Here's Rasheed Wallace stepping back for 3. Kobe Bryant very quiet tonight, just 2 of 8 from the field. McGrady using the screen, shoots for 3. Rebounded by Nowitzki.
Shaq's got to cover Nowitzki here right now. If they run a pick and roll or something, he can fade out and maybe get a 3.
Nice pass from Bryant. Broken up, though, by Wade. Was able to slap it away from Brand.
Well, we ran the screen and roll, but O'Neal just stayed with Nowitzki.
He stayed attached to him.
He doesn't want to give up that 3. That means there's going to be some openings in the paint.
22nd timeout is called by the Western Conference. East up 119-114. We're down to a minute and 23 remaining in this fourth quarter. And Steve, as you mentioned, with Tracy McGrady on the floor, you never know.
You never know. There's plenty of time. I don't know if I've ever seen a guy who can shoot the ball as easily as Tracy McGrady. Maybe Vince Carter and Kobe can be thrown into that category, but we saw those guys shooting from half court yesterday in the practice sessions, just shooting normal jump shots. Their strength is amazing.
And he does that little lean back. He's 6'8" anyway, and he leans back away from the defense. He's been spectacular, but Steve, the move that LeBron James made was the move of the game. All these dunks and stuff, those are nice, but what he did with that finish, that was spectacular.
Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig?
Well, Marv, earlier we were talking about Avery Johnson running offense and running plays yesterday at the scrimmage. It's going to pay off here because he has a play set up when he needs a three-pointer, and it is Kobe Bryant who is the man that will get this ball because they worked on it yesterday in practice.
And as I mentioned a moment ago, Bryant just 2 of 8 from the field. 25 minutes of play, does have 8 assists and 6 rebounds. Kobe trying to free himself up. He does, and he fires over Wade and comes up short. Nowitzki on the follow. Wade all over Kobe Bryant. That was the design play, as Craig just told us, but Kobe had very little room to operate. It's a 3-point East lead, and a foul is called. Both teams are over the limit. Foul on Bryant. That is number 5. Let's take another look at that move by LeBron James.
Marv, I talked about the power. Look at him as he takes his ball, slices between 2 players off the glass with his left hand. I mean, he made it look so easy. When you're sitting here and you see the speed and the grace of that move.
Almost reminded you of the Michael Jordan move in the finals, I believe, against Portland when he went up with the right hand. And then I know you were there because was it the Lakers? Yeah, over AC Green. That's right. You made the call, Marv. I remember that very well.
That's spectacular move by Jordan.
Are you guys all right?
Yeah, we were honoring you.
It's a great call.
Thank you very much. All right, here's Iverson. An 80% free throw shooter, looking for his 13th point. He had 1 point at halftime, and now looking for number 13. So the East up 120-116 with a minute remaining. Here's Bryant to the rim. Kobe Bryant able to get the step on Dwayne Wade. It's a 2-point East lead. And we're down to 50 seconds left in the 4th. Wallace trying to set the pick. James shoots for 3.
I don't like that shot in those circumstances.
Here's Bryant protecting the dribble. Took his eye off it for a moment. Deflected out by Iverson.
Again, LeBron James can get to that rim anytime he wants to. And if you look out on the East, there's absolutely no shot blockers out there at all. So go to the front of that rim, get fouled, and go to the line.
A timeout. Johnson plots things out. We'll tell you that coverage of the NBA will continue this week with another doubleheader here on TNT on Thursday. It's the Pacers and the Pistons, followed by Ron Artest and his Sacramento Kings going up against Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. Coverage starting 8 o'clock Eastern time with NBA tip-off presented by Nokia, all part of the NBA's rivalry week here on TNT. And be sure to check out TNT Overtime only on NBA.com. 37 seconds remaining in the 4th. Avery Johnson telling his guys, take a quick shot. That's exactly what Kobe Bryant does.
Can I take my best move of the game back? Did you see him split 2 guys? I think he took the ball between his legs.
Between his legs backwards, just like Avery Johnson drew it up.
Yeah, oh yeah, good coaching there.
Game is tied at 120. There is Iverson coming up short. Wade, and the East leads by 2 with 16 and 6/10 seconds remaining in the 4th. Timeout called, and the West will be in possession.
Now, we saw the spectacular move by James. How about this one? Through the legs, reverse, and then the fadeaway jumper to tie the game. But Dwayne Wade at the other end is going to put the East squad back up. He's going to get the offensive board off the Iverson miss. And we see the East up by 2, the reaction of the bench.
Brought to you by the 2006 Sonata, a Hyundai like you've never seen before. By Nokia, the official mobile phone of the NBA. Nokia, connecting people. By McDonald's and the bold new spicy chicken sandwich. I'm loving it. And by NikeBasketball.com.
We're back at the Toyota Center in Houston with 16 and 6/10 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. Both teams are over the foul limit. The West out of timeouts. East with 2 full. Doug, in an all-star game, do you go for a 3 for the game winner?
I do. I run it out here, see if I can get me a 3 to win the game and stuff. These players don't want to probably stay here and play overtime anyway. Roll the dice and go for the win.
Well, and since you're in Houston and Tracy McGrady's really the only guy who's been consistently making threes tonight, I think you go right to T-Mac here.
And I know Kobe's chomping at the bit to take this last shot, too. T-Mac going to isolate here.
All right, McGrady played by James. McGrady. That was deflected short, kept alive by Bryant, and stolen by Rasheed Wallace, and that will do it. Here's Iverson putting off the glass, and again the stuff is missed by Vince Carter, but the East has come away with the victory.
What if he would have missed that dunk and would have bounced back to a guy for a 3-point shot? Thank God the clock ran out for them.
That's the second time that Vince Carter has gone off the back rim.
I thought McGrady got fouled here on this shot. We'll see if LeBron maybe gets him on the wrist. Sure looked like it. Didn't look like he got a piece of the ball. But LeBron's defense, Doug, was pretty good here in the second half.
I think he also knows that they're not going to call fouls on jump shooters late in the game. Here's Carter, misses it. The ball goes all the way back. Had there been more time, they might have got a 3-point shot off.
Well, the East coming back from a 21-point deficit, and they defeat the West 122 to 120. Tracy McGrady, the high point man, with 36. LeBron James with 29 will have the MVP winner in a moment. Just in a come-from-behind victory for the East over the West in this 55th annual NBA All-Star Game. We're set for the naming of the MVP honors for tonight. Let's go to Terrell Gray on the public address.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to center court and TNT's Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you very much. It is time to hand out some hardware to the most valuable player of this game, and to do the honors is the commissioner of the NBA, David Stern.
If I might first, I'd love to thank the people of Houston, Les Alexander, and the Rockets in the great state of Texas for hosting us in this extraordinary All-Star Week. The Toyota Center is quite a place to have a basketball game, and thank you. And if I could do one more thing, a most valuable player for the NBA for the last 30 years, 22 as deputy commissioner, is a guy by the name of Russ Granick. And I'd like you to join me in giving Russ a hand in his last NBA All-Star game. Come on up, Russ. He's been putting words in my mouth, so I'm going to put words in his mouth as he presents the MVP trophy. And the MVP trophy, big surprise, goes to LeBron James, who with 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, and a host of other intangibles, is the youngest MVP in the history of the NBA All-Star Game. Congratulations, LeBron.
All right, young man, you heard the commissioner say it, and to be exact, Oscar Robertson was 22 years and 55 days old when he won the MVP of the All-Star Game. You are 21 years and 55 days, exactly 1 year earlier. What does this mean to you, Bron?
Man, it means a lot. You know, the hard work and dedication has paid off, and you know, I'd like to thank the fans for voting me in as a starter, and I was just showcasing my talent today, and this, you know, we got another win.
Want to tell me what kind of jump started you guys? Because at the half it was a 17-point game. You were down by 21 at one point.
I think Charles Barkley kickstarted us. I heard at halftime he said that the game was over. So I'd like to thank Charles for kickstarting us.
Exactly. LeBron James, congratulations on winning the most valuable player. It's LeBron James, folks, one more time.
So LeBron James, 29 points, 12 of 21 from the field. He had 13 of the 29 in the third quarter when the East started its comeback. Coming up following a quick break, we'll be back here in Houston. For the East, 2 straight wins in All-Star competition. You saw LeBron James receive MVP honors, the youngest player ever to win the NBA All-Star Game Most Valuable Player award. LeBron finished with 29. Tracy McGrady, 15 of 26 from the field. He had 36. And an outstanding game for Dwayne Wade of Miami, 9 of 11, including the game winner. The Pistons contingent helped turn it, led by Chauncey Billups, 15 points and 7 assists in 16 minutes. Again, the final score. The East defeats the West, 122-120. Coming up next, the movie Spider-Man. For David Aldridge, for Craig Sager, Doug Collins, and Steve Kerr. I'm Marv Albert. We say good night from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. You are watching TNT, the home of the 2006 Western Conference Finals.